Greetings and welcome to another Warhammer Underworlds Direchasm battle report. Today is the third game in my match against Chris and his Myari's Purifiers as I use Khagra's Ravagers. So this is a bit interesting because it's the first best of three I've properly shown on the stream, and as always this was recorded live shortly after pre-order weekend on my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/CanYouRollACrit. So the interesting thing here is now Chris and me, we know each other's deck inside and out, and we know what each one of us wants to do in order to score. So in the first game, Chris beat me really well. In the second game, I managed to narrowly beat him. So this is the third and deciding game. So yeah, the thing is, how are we going to adapt and play around each other? Because now we've both won one and lost one. So it's really a test of all our skills, and it shows you how a best of three game can actually go the distance in Warhammer Underworlds. Because even though the first game was quite a one-sided win for Chris, I managed to adapt quite well and then, managed to push through with a win in game two. So yeah, game three is where it all comes down. As always, I've already covered the deck list before. I'm basically playing like an aggressive Khagra's Ravagers focusing on desecrating, whereas Chris is playing a more defensive Myari's Purifiers. If you want to see more about the decks, you can find them covered more thoroughly in episode 1, which I'll link in the episode description below. But always, please remember to like and subscribe, and let's get on with the battle report. Okay, so then we roll off. I get +1 crit. I have 2 crits, well, 1 bonus crit, a crit, and 2 single supports.
Your pick.
I will let you go first. Good luck. Oh yeah, and we both have primacy, blah, blah, blah.
Is that a good decision? That is the question, really, isn't it?
Indeed.
Feels like probably not, but... Oh, sod it. My first, Eileen will charge 1, 2, 3, 4. So between objective 1 and your leader.
Yep.
So 2 for hammers against your leader. Getting a hammer and a crit, which will inspire her. And you can't defend that, I don't think.
Nope, so I take 2 damage.
So 2 damage, and I'll push you to the edge hex there.
Any power cards?
Yeah, I will play sidestep and push Eileen onto 1. This is either going to go very well or be a terrible disaster. We'll see.
No power cards for me.
Cool.
Any power
Pass
cards?
for me.
All right. First activation.
Mm-hmm.
My leader will charge. So next to 1, 2, 3. So next to the lethal, next to your thingy.
Next to Eileen, yep. She took issue to me hitting her with the sword, yeah?
Yes. I will react with spurred on, so because she moved, and then I will push. Well, I'll have Dower Kragan move 1, 2 because of spurred on. So.
Oh, it's an assist. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So 2 smash with a support. Crit and a success.
Cool. 2 looking for shields, so I need a shield and a crit. I get the crit. I will use my token to reroll the other one. I get a crit and a shield.
I will drive you into the lethal hex.
Yep. Unfortunately, that wasn't quite enough for what I needed. Because you rolled, I was like, I needed to not even be driven back, so it was really ballsy.
Any power cards?
I'll play Channel the River and push her back on objective 1.
Okay. No power cards for me.
So my second, Myari will just move on to 3.
Any power cards?
Pass.
Second activation, Razak will charge. 1, 2. So he's now...
Behind Kragan, yeah?
Yeah. 2 smash, fully supported. 1 success.
1 success again, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll push you into the lethal again.
Yep, makes sense. Yeah, this plan would have worked out very well if I had a card to put her on guard. Unfortunately, it's not been quite well enough here.
Any power cards? None from me.
No, pass.
All right. Then it is your next activation.
It is indeed. Your leader's not on guard or anything, is she?
No.
Cool. So my third, Sonala will charge 1, 2, 3, 4 into no man's land.
Yep.
And use her range 4 shot against your leader.
Yep.
She gets a hammer and a crit.
1 damage and then push into lethal and dies.
So I don't get primacy, but I do get a glory.
Any power cards?
Nope, pass.
So I will react. Well, not react. Sorry, I'll play Ravage in advance. So, all friendly fighters can be pushed. That are not
1 hex towards my territory.
up to 1 hex. So I will push Razak next to objective 4. In between, next to your lady.
You mean Kraken, right?
Dower Kraken, sorry, yeah. And then I'll push Razak onto objective 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll push. What's her name? Marzashia 1 hex to the left, so she's closer to no man's land.
So going along the block to the back, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any power cards?
Pass.
Okay, so for my 3rd activation, Dower Kragan will attack. Free Fury with supports against your Sword Mistress. Or miss.
Cool. Why couldn't you have done that while I was on the objective?
Any power cards?
Pass.
All right, then it's your last activation.
When do you choose to desecrate? Because you can desecrate at the end phase with some of them, can't you?
At the end of the action phase.
My last, I'll just move Banhanar onto 5.
Any power cards?
Nope, pass.
I will play Rack the Land to rack objective, desecrate objective 2.
Like you.
Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, never mind. I messed
4
that
instead?
up. No, that's okay. I'll just leave it. Oh, I messed it up. That's my fault. No, I won't play any power cards. Then I'll just go into pass. Any power cards from you?
Nope.
So last activation, I'll just charge into objective 4. 1, 2, 3.
With the wizard, yeah?
Yep. And I'll fire my magical bolt. 2 channel. 1 success.
Nope, she's dead.
Yep. And let's see. Yeah. So that goes. And then I'll just desecrate the objective she's on. So actually, no, I won't. I will not desecrate the objective. I will choose not to because Razak will desecrate his own. So I just get 1 glory for the kill.
Cool. So you're not desecrating 4, but you're going to desecrate 1 at the end of the action phase, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that's no power cards from me. Any power cards from you?
Nope.
So scoring, did you get anything?
No, I scored nothing. So you're desecrating 1.
Yes. Let me move my dice. So I currently just have 1 desecrated objective. Like the issue is I could have played Ravage in advance earlier, but it's just like I needed to set it up because you would have just driven back the other guys. So.
I will put Mountain's Gift on my boss. So while he's got his token, he's on guard.
Yep.
And I will discard...
Everything!
No. Actually, I'll keep everything else. So I'll just draw up 3 powers.
Nice. Oakley dokily. I score team effort because even without Khagra, we're still a team. So I get 1 glory. I'm on a magnificent 2. I'm going to get rid of Savage Exemplar, unfortunately, because my leader died.
Hey, I'm only on 1, so, scoring objectives, not our solid suit.
Yeah, we're not really good at this game. I actually don't know what to do. I'm going to spend 1 glory. Yeah, so I will give Razak the Hellfire Sword. And then I'll spend another glory to give...
What does the Hellfire Sword do?
Range 3, 2 smash, 2 damage.
Oh, nice.
And
pew,
then
pew, gun.
As a sword, it's a gun sword, gun blade. And then I'll just give Razak +1 damage. Yeah.
That's only on range 1 or 2, right? It's not.
Yeah. Then I will draw up. So 2 objectives and 4 power cards. So then we roll off for round 2.
I rolled nothing.
I rolled a full support.
Your pick.
I will let you go first.
Cool. My first one's going to draw a power card.
All right. Any power cards?
Pass.
As will I. So for my first activation, I will pop Dower Kragan on guard.
Dower Kragan's the guy in the middle, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
Any power.
Nope.
Right. Your second activation.
Yep, my second activation. Sanala will shoot Raznak with her long-range shot.
Yep.
Yep. She missed.
Cool. Any power cards.
Nope.
For my second none for me, obviously. For my second activation, I'll put Razak on guard as well. Power step or pass.
You're impersonating me.
Oh yeah, you're not the only one who can go on guard.
My third, I will put Sanala on guard.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, you've played this game before. Any power cards?
Pass.
For my third activation, I will draw a power card, and the power step I'll pass.
I will play Restless Prize and put objective 4 next to the lethal, slightly towards this. I don't know. Can you see where it is?
Yeah.
Just too late. Yep. I hadn't drawn that in any of the other games. I kind of forgot I had Restless Prize.
I'll play Nightmare in the Shadows and put Bahanar into the lethal hex for 1 damage.
Well, that's just rude.
Any power cards?
No, pass.
So this is going into your...
My last, yeah.
Yep, so no power cards for me.
Cool. My fourth, Sanala will just move onto 4, because then she keeps her guard token.
Any power cards?
No, pass.
I will try and cast Mask of Darkness. So let's see if I can roll it.
That's the teleport one, yeah?
I don't cast it. 2 channels. Any power cards?
Pass. Did a bit of an aggressive start where I run in, you kill Eileen, I kill your leader, and then we had a everybody just stay calm. It's all going to be fine.
Let's see, your leader's on guard.
Sanala's on guard, and Banhanar isn't on guard, but he can't be driven back because he's got a move token. Not that it really matters now because he's not the objective anyway.
Okay. I am going to be... Yeah, so for my last activation, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 onto objective 2.
With your wizard, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
Power step, I'll pass any power cards.
Nope.
Okay, scoring. Do you get anything?
That was 100% the correct play. Well done.
I know, right? The correct play is to do nothing.
Weirdly, yes. So I score nothing. I will discard uncontested now.
Yes. I was hoping you would score that.
I'll keep the other 2 objectives though.
Yes.
And what do I keep here? I'll discard Great Strength, Mountain Stance. I'll keep the other 3.
Yep.
Yep. So I'll just draw up 1 objective and 2 powers.
I don't score anything either. I'll get rid of Glorious Slaughter because I'm not.
Everyone's having a great day of standing around.
I'm going to get rid of On the Dark Road because I don't have enough objective upgrades. I'll get rid of...
So what happens here is we both now know each other's decks, so we're both playing around each other's decks very much. So far we've got glory for I killed somebody and you killed somebody and did a thing.
Yes, basically. I'm going to get rid of Great Fortitude, Rack the Land, Flames of Spite, and Blasphemous Curious. So all of these, they're all gone. Cool. And I'll draw up 2 objectives and 5 power cards.
Guys, do you want to do anything? What are we doing here? Anyone sure? Anyone sure what we're doing?
We're doing the best we can. All right.
I rolled just a crit.
Just a crit. I rolled nothing. Just supports.
Cool. I will go first.
All right. Good luck.
So for my first, Sanala will shoot Raznak with the cleave shot this time.
Yep.
So she fails. Well done. Solid, Sanala. I will play Untouchable Pride and put her on guard, though.
Okay, so she is on guard. Okay, I will play Ritual Desecration to desecrate the objective Zarshia is on. So objective 2. Mm-hmm. Any power cards.
You could do that now that I've got rid of Uncontested.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
No, pass powers from me.
Then I will... Yes, I'll play Ritual Desecration. I'll play Distraction to push Sanala into the lethal hex for 1 damage.
Oh, the other one was Nightmare in the Shadows. I was like, have you already played that? Yeah, fair.
Any power cards?
1 second. No powers.
And then I'll play Spectral Wings which scores me
Play a load
malevolent
of
exploits for
cards,
playing 3 power cards. So I get 1 glory.
That's in this game. That could be the difference.
Yeah, basically because I've stalled out so long. Yeah, I have to do this. So no, I don't. Yeah, so Razak himself will go 1, 2, 3, 4 now because of. I'll go the extra hex. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to prove he's fast. So he's just 2 smash plus 1 damage, but it doesn't matter. I rolled 2 successes, so you need 2 dodges or a crit.
I need a crit. I haven't inspired.
Oh yeah, so you need a crit.
I don't get a crit.
Do you want to re-roll with your Aether Quartz?
Do I want to do that? Yeah, I might as well. Nope, she did.
So I just get 1 for the kill. I desecrate the objective I'm on, so that will inspire the Warband. So Razak, inspire. So I get 1 for the kill. 4.
High score.
Nearly halfway to double digits. But I don't score anything. Power step, I will pass. Any power cards?
No, I will pass as well.
Okay. Oh, hold on. After. Oh, sorry. I will actually. Sorry. I will spend a glory to give Razak. Oh no, Kragan, Dower Kragan, bolstered by hate. So he's got +1 wounds.
Cool.
Any power cards?
No, pass.
And then I'll spend another to give him Savage Strength. So he's got
extra damage as well. Yeah.
Actually, no. Oh, sorry. Can I do that the reverse? So it's all going on Dower Kragan. Sorry, not Dower Kragan. Oh, the guy in Objective 4. The guy in Objective 4 has Savage Strength and +1.
I thought that was Raznak on 4.
Yeah, it is Razak. Sorry, yeah. Razak is on 4, so he has Savage Strength, Ruinous Might, and now bolstered by hate, so he has 5 wounds.
Cool. But he's charged.
Yes, he has charged, so he's just there, decked out.
You just need someone with a bunch of upgrade. All of your upgrades if you're one person.
Maybe we will never know. I'm also out of power cards. So.
Cool.
That was my first activation, so it's second. Sorry.
So
no, it was my
second
first.
Then.
No, it was my first. Yeah, it's your second. Yeah, because you went first.
My second. I will discard Path to Victory and draw another objective.
After your activation, I score Show of Force.
Yep.
Which scores me Gathered Momentum because that's my second surge.
What was the other one?
The first surge was Malevolent Exploits.
Oh, for throwing all the power cards in the world, yeah.
So I get Show of Force because he has 3 upgrades, and Gathered Momentum for that being my second surge. And I draw 2. Power Step. Well, would you like to play any power cards? Because I did that on your turn.
No, pass.
I'll pass as well. My second activation, I'll draw a power card. Power Step, I'll pass.
I will also pass.
Any power
So
card?
my third, Banhana will just move on to 5.
Yep.
And score me Hidden Purpose.
Nice.
2 glory, high scoring now.
Oh, you're getting close to 3. Any power cards?
Nope, pass.
For my third, I'll draw a power card and I'll pass.
I'll pass as well.
Yep.
My fourth, I'll discard Patience of the Mountains because I can't get them both on guard and draw another objective.
Okay, any power cards?
Nope.
So for my last activation, so what upgrades does Banhana have? He's just 2
Nothing.
block.
He's uninspired. He's got no upgrades. He's just got his token.
See, there's something I could do. Oh yeah, I'm on 6. See, the problem is I could make an audacious charge, and if I kill you, score a bunch of glory. But then if I miss, I will score you a bunch of glory. So I am going to get rid of Surge of Aggression and draw a objective.
Yep. Again, correct decision. Yeah.
Power Step, I'll pass.
Yeah, it's just the wrong ordering of those attacks for me because you hit both the ones when I was on the objective, even though I had pushes to go back on. If I'd had either a guard for Eileen or you'd missed the first or second attack rather than the third, it would have scored me my entire hand.
Yeah, so it's like because in my end phase, all I score is Awesome Predator for having a guy with 4+ damage, so I just end on 7.
Yeah, I scored nothing.
But yeah, it was like, so when I attacked you on that objective, I expected you just to go, I score this. So then when you didn't, I was like, must attack while I can. But the thing is, even though I could get you I could get my fighters around you while you're on the objective. The problem was I knew I can't leave you on the objective because one miss gives you like 2 to 4 glory. So the only thing I could do, because it's like basically half the deck, I was like, you know what? I don't need to flip stuff. I've just got, I don't need to worry about like holding the most objectives or uncontested because, you know, I'll just sit on objectives with desecration tokens. But then I didn't really read the rules properly. Yeah. So the only way I could do that is
that's why you thought about it. Yeah, because if you desecrated with the wizard when you killed Eileen, I'd have been like, oh, thank you very much. I will take my 3 glory. Thank you.
Yes. So I was like, don't so it's really weird. You kind of...
You're like, I don't want to inspire yet, but...
Yeah, you're like, I want to inspire, but if I inspire, I'd win you the game. So you kind of... It's this weird thing where you're forcing... It's like when you're stopping your Pokemon from evolving. You're just kind of like going against the nature of the Warband.
You're like, I'm an aggro Warband. I want to kill them, but also if I miss, I lose the game.
Yes, yeah, because you've built a really good deck that capitalizes on that, especially against this Warband. Like it just, this kind of Warband.
The thing is that it builds. It doesn't rely on having the objectives, right? Because it does have ways of scoring. It only really needs 2. But the thing is, it does like having the objectives because if it has 3 objectives, you really have to come to them.
Are you running temporary victory?
That's the only thing I have that's 3 objectives, though.
Ah, nice.
All of the rest of them only require me to hold 2.
Yeah, because that was the thing. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll give you the boards game 1 because you need the objectives, and then I realized, oh gosh, no, I need the objectives. What is this? But yeah, it's like, so yeah, basically after game 1, even though you smashed me really well, I kind of had to, like it's, because I was speaking to, I keep forgetting.
And that was weirdly the one where you did the best aggression early, right?
I went full aggro.
3 of my fighters by like activation 2 of round 2.
Yeah, because
Sonala just did everything. Like
yeah, because I was remember speaking to Jack about this, like, well, he spoke to me about this like a few months ago, like. People, like, you know, the mindset you get in when you're losing, you're just like, oh, you know, this game's over. Let's keep going to the end and then I'll go through. But it's like, even though like you'd basically beaten me by round 2, I was like, okay, I've lost this game, but I will learn. So I just started memorizing all your cards.
It was you know, reasonably close because you did kill them all in the end. You know,
oh, like, yeah. I finished only like, I think 4 glory behind.
Something like that. Yeah. 17, 13 rings a bell.
Yeah, because it's like basically my objective deck scores about 4 glory, but 14, sorry. But then if I get kills, it obviously stacks more. So by round 2, when you were like on 16 and I was on 8, I was like, okay, so I've lost this, but then I can just learn the matchup, because an important thing when you're playing in a best of 3 compared to a best of 1 is if you don't know the matchup, you can kind of...
Yeah. And that's what that last game was. That's why we were both being super cagey about stuff.
Yeah, because so round 2 I had adapted. Also, I got quite lucky with kills. But then in game 3, game 2, sorry. So in game 3, then we'd both adapted to each other. So you knew how to like cage me, and I had to kind of play around the core mechanic of my deck.
You into attacking the one fighter I wanted you to.
Yes.
Because I have to make you attack me, but I really should I have discarded my opening power hand? That might have been the key. Keeping the objectives might not have been bad, but I needed the push, and that was the problem. I had both my pushes, which I needed, but I also needed a guard card, and I didn't have the guard card.
Yeah.
Because if I'd had one push and the guard card, that play would have worked.
Yeah.
Like I'd have sidestepped on, and then put her on guard, and then obviously if you killed her still. But at that point, if you miss her, or don't even kill her in one shot, I score the glory. And you can't leave her there, because then, uncontested becomes much easier because you've only got less options to be on and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the main problem is... So dominant position I'm fine with, because that's just a good card in general. But uncontested really, screws over this warband so badly. Because you could be in this crazy situation where... You've desecrated all 4 objectives. You're like, I've killed 2 of your dudes.
Uncontested does require the opponent to hold 2.
Oh, because I desecrate 3 objectives, and then you just go, I'm standing on 2 all the way at the back, and you're like, I don't care, I'm on, and then you're like, oh yeah, uncontested.
It's like infestation. It's like when Hrothgorn used to burn all the objectives, then someone ran infestation goblins into him, and it's like, oh, you got rid of all the objectives, there's only 2 left. Well, if I hold all of them.
Yeah, because this is the interesting thing. So I'm pretty sure, my theory in my article was, you ignore desecration like entirely. And after playing this game, I am 100% behind just ignoring desecrate. I am dropping the cards that desecrate because they just do nothing. They speed up to inspire the Warband, but I'd rather just have like more objective disruption. So I think like what I'll drop is, so I was going to run Restless Supplies, but I went for the Nightmare in the Shadows instead, which I think is a better choice. I will drop the 2. I like the teleport spell. I think that's good because that just speeds it up.
That's really cool. No, that is quite nice.
I would have to drop some desecration cards, but I think I would just cut desecration from the deck and just go for more board control because I've already got Spectral Wings and Malkin Grace, and then Savage Speed. No, not Savage Speed. I've got the Conqueror's Cloak. I think was one of them. So basically, I've got 3 cards to get me to movement 5 for gathered momentum. So I think I'll just get more mobility cards,
and also just to get to the enemy as well.
Yeah, because it's like even though you hold objectives, it's like desecration was actually a detriment to me in that game. So that was really interesting.
You were like deliberately not desecrating because it would be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's completely like the funny thing is like we were talking about this earlier, how like not trying to belittle Games Workshop, but how they overhyped the mechanic, saying you would like permanently lock out opponents from the games, basically from their holding objectives.
When they initially announced it, they literally didn't explain how it worked. It made it sound like once you desecrate an objective, that's it, it's gone, it's done.
Yeah.
Rather than it being just, you need to stand on it for a whole power phase. That's it.
Yeah. So it was like really, it's like the problem is it's a really strong mechanic if you just tweak it one way. The problem is it becomes really oppressive. So I'm happy.
Well, because then it becomes rock, paper, scissors, right? Because against aggro, it's like much of a muchness. But against objective warbands, it's just like, well, I'm facing Khagras. I guess I go home now. Like if it was perma destroy,
Yeah, so what I would like, I think desecration's fine, but if you want to focus on it, you really have to build around it. But I'll do some more experimentation with the Ravagers. It's just interesting, like ignore desecration, basically. So there you have it. After a fairly kind of, stagnant rounds 1 and 2, I managed to just win it in the end. It's interesting because I basically had to play against the natural instincts of, aggro and Khagra's Ravagers, because always, as you saw in the game, I had to hold back from attacking at certain points because the problem is if I missed, not even if I failed to kill, missing would have just given Chris too much glory. But then also I had to desecrate at the right time because, as we found when I was playing, the Khagra's Ravager player no longer holds that objective once it's desecrated. It's just a vacant objective, which becomes a problem when you're playing against someone running uncontested and dominant position, but more so uncontested. So that's why at points you saw me just refusing to desecrate objectives that Zarsha was on, because I needed someone to hold objectives to not give away uncontested. But yeah, it was really tight and Chris played really well. I just basically had to play my deck and Warband like how they shouldn't play, basically. But it was interesting. From what I gathered from that, I basically wouldn't bother focusing on desecrating anymore. At least not while uncontested exists, at least in its unrestricted state. Even if it was restricted, I probably still wouldn't focus on desecrating. The fact that Khagra's Ravagers can't hold an objective they've desecrated is just a huge disadvantage. So, because the problem is in the hold objective game, it's just you're giving away too much free ground if you're standing on an objective and not holding it. It's a bit messed up. So, yeah, that was the interesting thing. They still did aggro really well. I think my deck, while it was fine with damage, it was just missing accuracy. So I'd probably drop my desecration cards just for some more dice modifying cards. I still like Master of Darkness, the spell, because it just gave me a lot of teleporting tricks. But the deck needs a bit of a rework to basically ignore desecrating, because it was weird, as you saw, most of the games I desecrated 4 or 5 objectives in the end, but it never really gave me anything. Sure, I inspired, but it didn't give me enough to win. What helped me win was attacking at the right time and then choosing not to attack and just standing on objectives to not give away glory. But yeah, that was an interesting set, and it hopefully showed how powerful Myari's Purifiers are as well, because I did knock them down a bit in my own opinion, but after this game I rate them much more highly than I do now. Well, than I did before. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the games. I hope it was an educational best of three, because as it really highlighted, it showed player adaptation, learning how to, taking your loss in game one and then using that to help win in games 2 and 3, and how you can try and just basically learn in a best of three your opponent and try and outdo what they want to do and also not play into their hands. But hope you enjoyed the battle report. Please remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. And as always, never forget to ask yourself, can you roll a crit?